Today I wanted to do a video. I hadn't done a video in a few days, and um, I was thinking today, even for myself, I was thinking, what could I, discuss today? And the one thing that I kept coming back to, or harping on, is this positive mindset. I'm doing a webinar tomorrow night, I believe at 9:30, um, and it's about positive thinking in 30 minutes. Um, and the big issue when you're talking about a positive mindset is setting into motion a positive framework. And sometimes even myself, who I consider myself very positive thinking, very outgoing, but kind of really focused on where I want to be and what I want to achieve. And and I think part of this has to do with like the training I've been having and trying to finish my research, but is this NLP philosophy that I have about things that I need to reframe my negative thoughts. And the big issue with that comes, I think, just from the routine. I came from a poor Appalachian family and we did the best and we didn't do, maybe not like most modern families would do or whatever, but we achieved a lot. I mean, once I finished my PhD, three of my brothers, or three of us out of a five, will have PhDs, which is astronomical when you think about it. But the point that I'm pursuing the PhD in psychology is I want to better improve people's lives, and I actually posted on something on a on school. They had a contest, kept it short and simple, about how you hope for is you want to hope to finish the PhD to better people's lives, and my name was drawn to win stuff from Arizona Global. So I mean, it's just affirmations that you receive through this positive thinking. So and the thing I think about myself is and I try to do this every day myself, is I practice one thing to remove negative thoughts. So and this is tough. I'll be honest with you, and it's very, very tough because our mind always is thinking, our conscious mind, but it goes back to our subconscious mind, and I say that's in the back, but maybe it's in the front. I have no clue. I'm not a neurologist, but the point is our mind is in charge of us, and so the point here is try to remove negative thoughts and try to move forward. And for instance, I thought today, for instance, an example, I thought, well, I have to achieve something positive today so that I can work tomorrow, and that was what the case, that I was able to do that today. So the point that I'd like to say about that is you pick one thing that you're thinking and try to you reform it or you paradigm it and change it into a positive thought. The other issue I think that's important for people is that you got to be yourself. And I think a lot of times when we're out in gatherings, I mean, like I said, right now with the COVID going on, there's not really a lot of these gatherings going on, but when you're in with interacting with people, you have to be yourself. And I think a lot of times in my past, I wasn't being myself. I wasn't who I genuinely was being. And then it was like this training with the NLP that I realized, and I started doing thinking and doing some real soul searching and doing some subconscious digging, that I realized that I have to be myself. And then when you're yourself, you come across more confident, and that's a big thing about it. You have to be yourself. In the past I would try to cut corners and do this, and then I've got to catch myself when I do this, because there's no way cutting corners that I have to catch myself and say, hey, let's do it the hard way. It's like the research. Let's do it the hard way. Learn, 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 learn. And I can see when I achieve one goal that goal can go higher because it's just something that I achieve. And the third thing that I always say, and this is not going to be a real long video. Normally my videos are like 10, 12 minutes, but I don't think this is going to go that long. Is you've got to see the big picture and be able to, to create those events for that positive progress. So in other words, for instance, for me, there's going to be a lot of hurdles right now because I got to do a lot of Zooms, contact a lot of Native Americans. And it's just the process of just the process. And I've got to play with that. And then I got to work because I got to pay the bills. So it's just working that through that whole process that I need to do that. And some days, like Sunday, I was really down on myself because I said, well, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. And then, then I called the one owner and said, well, I'm not going to be in today. He said, well, this might be the best day of the week. I got to take that chance, and that's the thing about it. I have to see the big picture about research and go from there because it's like I didn't work Saturday and work Sundays. And those were really for me days just to rest and contemplate and get some reading that I desperately needed to get done. So the issue for me and the big thing is just see the big picture and just strive to be better and better and better and better. Like I said, I believe, and I hardly I can't remember who said this, but I do remember somebody that's famous said, um, you know, hard work pays off, pays dividends. Um, Another one is Teddy Roosevelt. It says you got to be in the arena because those that are in the arena don't know those timid souls that don't go in the arena don't know the agony of victory or agony of defeat or the sound or the victory. And the point is, and I keep that in the back of my mind too. It's just this whole process right now with this is very eye opening to me and very is humbling for me. And I'm very grateful for what I learned along the way. And it's more or less, I shouldn't say more or less, it's all about baby steps for me. And it's just where I want to be, what I want to achieve in life, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the point I try to make here is positive mindset is very difficult to control. And the fact that you got to keep those negative thoughts out of your mind. And to keep those negative thoughts out of your mind, you got to practice at least one thing that just always crops in your mind, negative, and just erase it, erase it, erase it, erase it. And like I said, one thing I also do with that is meditation. The other thing is you got to be yourself. A lot of people try to be something that they're not. And then that creates a facade. And it doesn't create this positive energy or this positive vibe. And then the third thing is you got to see the big picture and see the event or the ends of this process. In other words, you've got a goal in mind of where you want to achieve. Like for me, my goal was to have everything done by March. Well, that didn't occur with the PhD. So right now now I'm into this other grind of trying to um, set up these Zoom things. And I did my first Zoom tonight, recording. And I've learned a lot through that because before it was something that didn't know. And the only way you're going to learn about it is doing it. And it's creating from the unknown to create the known. And so I'm learning this process too, is that you've got to take those steps if you're going to better your life. So, and it's a hard process. Because I'm a little bit older than this. I could think back and say, well, I wish I would have done this 20 years ago, 30 years, but I can't do anything about that right now. I can only deal with the present. Yeah, I can't, and I've stated this before. You can't do anything about the past, can't do anything about tomorrow. All I can deal with is the present state. So the point here I'm trying to make in the thing is a positive mindset takes work, just like baseball, if you want to be the great baseball player, or you want to be the great athlete, you got to work on it daily, sometimes hourly, sometimes even minutes, and just work on it because it takes time. But like I said, the three key points is practice one thing a day to remove that negative thought, be yourself, and see the big picture at the end of this process, where you want to be in life. And you're going to have setbacks. There's a thing that Steve Harvey says about jumping, and you got to jump. And I agree with that, and I watch that, and that's a good video if you want to watch it sometime. But Steve Harvey, you got to jump, and that's the only way you're really going to learn things in life. Is you're going to be bruised, you're going to be cut, and you'll learn from it and move forward. And you can't take that negative, you just move forward from it. And I think that's one thing that I'm learning out of this whole process with this PhD is you just move forward. Learn forward, move on, learn, move forward, move on, learn, move forward, move on. And then just be yourself and be positive. Anyway, those are just some thoughts that I'd like to share today. I'd like everyone to have a great week. Please hit the can't talk. Hit the subscribe button below. Hit the like button. Also, like I said, I got a seminar tomorrow, and that's one of the things positive things that I'm working on. But I know it's going to take baby steps. Is create these webinars. The webinar I'm creating now, 30 minutes to a positive mindset. So anyway, like I said, hit like and subscribe. You go look on Eventbrite. I have that on the event there. Anyway, folks, have a great week. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button. Have a great day. Bye.